Hi there, this is David and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Heroes Chosen in the Sky 2nd Chapter. Today I'm at the Valeria Lakeshore for the Kingfisher Inn. Before you go in here, keep in mind, this is kind of a point of no return. Once you go in here, you're going to be stuck into 2 forced dungeons with no town to restock in, so make sure that you have everything that you need, your quartz and everything's upgraded, all your accessories and everything like that. But also, there is a forced battle that you're going to be having to fight with Estelle alone, and you're going to want to win it, and it has a time limit. And in order to win that, you're probably going to want to make some knockout meatballs, which we don't have the recipe for, but I'm going to list the items that you're going to need to create that recipe in the video description. So make sure that you look at that and that you buy those items before you head inside the Kingfisher Inn. I have all that taken care of, so let's go. And here's the rest of them. Kevin, what are you doing here? Oh, it's a long and harrowing story. We passed by him on the road, so we invited him to join us. On the road? Why were you traveling again, Kevin? To be honest, my goal was to investigate the Imperial Tower. After we said our goodbyes and relent, I've been running around looking into all the towers. All the towers? That makes it sound like you visited the others already. Yeah, I've been busy with that pretty much. That's why I was kind of AWOL during the whole dragon business. Sorry I couldn't give a hand with that. I figured you guys might come out here for a break after that, so... Makes sense. Well then, should we have a sit down right now? How's about we do it over dinner? That'll help the information flow freely, you know? Yeah. So you're really staying here, Kevin? Well, from what I hear, this is a pretty famous inn, right? Like your friend said. I figured I'd join in the festivities, if you don't mind. That's kind of out of the blue. You helped us out a lot, though. What do you think, guys? I ain't got a problem with it. It is a nice way to settle our debt to the good father. Yeah, I want him to stay too. Yeah, okay, so everybody's saying, yeah, come on. Okay, so there we go. Ain't much in the way of thanks, but if you still got some stuff that needs doing, I'd be happy to tag along. Abuse me as much as you need. Let's have some party time. Thanks for the offer, but I think they were about ready to drop off our things and relax. Really? Darn it all. And here I was thinking I can give up my body to Estelle's cause. Oh, if you want to sacrifice your body, trust me, there are ways to arrange that. Alright, let's get checked in and everything. Okay, well, awesome, yeah. Okay. So I'm assuming that there's going to be a panty party in the girls' room? This is a JRPG. I mean, they always talk about crap like that in these games. Oh, this is lovely. It feels peaceful, too. This is the room we used the last time we stayed here, right? We ended up having to sneak into the bandit base and didn't really get to enjoy it much. Yeah, I hope you can spend a bit more time in it this time. Huh, I did at least get to spend one night in a comfortable bed that time. The way I remember it, Shara drank you under the table and laid you out like a sack of garbage. Ha! This time I'll be able to drink to my heart's content. And this is the room we'd set aside for the gentlemen, but I'm sorry. There must have been some confusion about your party size. You may use the room next door for the men as well. Alright, I kind of jumped on this train the last second. You guys pick rooms and I'll roll with it. How about it? I have no preference. I don't care either way. Well then, I'll share a room with Agate. Wait a second. What's with the sudden desire to bunk with me? Is it not obvious, Agate? A raven with clipped wings mended by a tender-hearted young girl. I would be a failure of a bard if I did not hear every detail of that encounter. And also... Agate, try not to murder him, okay? Although, I'm sort of curious as to how that went down myself. But we just talked is all. That doesn't make us any less interested in hearing about it. Maybe more so, in fact. Perhaps we should hear the whole story before calling it a night. Come on now, you two. Don't tease Tita so much. I feel bad for her. Regardless, I'd ask Zane and Kevin to share the other room. I have no problem with that. Hey, I'm not the one to stand in the way of a good time, so sure. Let me show you to your room. Okay. I don't know why they have to waste time going around with, like, who gets what room and all that, but, Poor Agate. Oliver was always hitting on him. Yow, sounds like things got kinda crazy. So there really was an ancient dragon nesting in Liberal? And it warned about the reward before flying off, huh? Yeah, Makes my head spin just thinking about everything that happened. What I really don't get is why Ragnar couldn't tell us anything about the Aurora either. Actually, there is a line in the Testaments that this reminds me of. And the goddess, having bequeathed her treasures, set forth the holy beast to observe the path the children of men would take. A holy beast? That certainly does seem like Ragnar. The more pertinent point, I feel, is the command to observe. They may simply watch over us, and we were commanded to not interfere. Huh, low to help that is. Well, one way or another, I sure think this makes the look of the Aurora exists. Think we can even start to piece things together, thanks to what I found in my poking around. Right, you were investigating the towers. Did you find anything out? A bit, yeah. I think you guys are familiar with those weird machines at the top of each tower, right? Did you know that they're currently glowing? Yeah, I remember seeing that one was all lit up. I don't quite get what that has to do with the Aurora, though. Well, Captain Swartz mentioned something to me. Something weird happened in that room where you fought Alan Richard just before the mechanical monster showed up, right? Yeah, if I remember right, after the gospel was used, all the lights in the ruins went out. And then there was this voice out of nowhere giving a warning, and the pillars all sunk into the floor. Right. The warning was about the first barrier being no longer operative and the device towers being enabled, as I recall. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So on a hunch, I double-checked the timing with some witnesses. Those 4 towers started lighting up and stuff all at the same time the gospel was used. You're kidding. So the device towers the warning mentioned are the 4 towers of Liberal and the machines at their peaks. I don't got any other explanation, at least. So to sum it up then, the ruins beneath Grancell Castle are what produces this first barrier. However, when Colonel Richard used the gospel, this barrier was eliminated, and in its place, the device towers were activated, presumably to produce a second barrier of some sort. A second barrier? But why would you? If you're going to protect something, you always want to make sure that you have a backup. Don't answer the questions of what kind of barrier it is, or what the hell it's a barrier for, though. About that. I'm starting to think it's something to hide the location of the Aurora. That's right, the Aurora wasn't in the castle's ruins, but it's still supposed to be somewhere in Liberal, right? Exactly. And if we assume the Society's goal is to obtain the Aurora, well, I think we could say that our experiments are part of a plan to further that goal. They need to do all that just to... the experiments, the Gospels, and the Aurora. It seems that they're more tightly interwoven than we first believed. And the one sitting at the loom would be this man called the Professor. Yeah, it's all him. The same guy who put the gospel on Ragnar's head and made him attack Bose. And the one who... what's up, Estelle? You got awfully quiet all of a sudden. Yeah, about this Professor. I think that he's the one who made Joshua leave in the first place. Wait a moment. You mean he's the one who orchestrated the events that brought Joshua into your home, and then made him leave the way that he did? I think so. And I bet he's the one who manipulated Colonel Richard and Kurt's memories. You're kidding! We don't have an explanation for Kurt's memories, it's true, but why do you think this is? Well, Estelle explained that she can't remember the identity of one man she met the day Joshua disappeared. That really happened? Is this another thing you've been trying to shoulder all by yourself or something? Not exactly, but I'm sorry, I guess it's just kinda late to bring it up now. I don't think that there can be any doubt at this point, though. It's safe to say that this person must be the one responsible for all of our trouble. Huh, he's clearly a man of twisted morals. Yeah, we'll need to be careful. Sorry, Tita. I didn't mean to bring up all this serious junk when we came out here to relax. No, it's okay, Estelle. It's just I was wondering why someone would do things like this. Make everyone so unhappy. Make Joshua suffer. I just don't get it. Don't worry about trying to understand a weirdo like that, okay? You just need to worry about being Tita. Right, Agate? Why the hell do you keep dragging me into these conversations? We needed that, I think. Kevin? Oh, nothing. How's about we call that enough information swapping for one day? It'd be a crime to let all this wonderful food go to waste. Well, yeah. Let us leave debate aside for now. Instead, let us navigate the forests of meat through the rivers of liquor. Merriment awaits! Rivers of liquor, Lenheim? That was an unfortunate metaphor. Please, Shara, do not make me swim. Poor Oliver. He can't win either way. You know, he tries to hit on Agate, and Agate won't take it. He tries to hit on Shara, and Shara won't take it. Yeah, enjoy your holiday. wonder if any of the other girls drank, or if it was just Shara and Oliver. I would think that Agate and Zane would probably drink. Well, maybe not Zane. He seems kind of into his training and just kind of boring. I really don't like Zane. Setting aside their cares for a while, they slumbered peacefully and awoke as they wished come the dawn. Oh, and then they're gonna go out in a little sailboat, or I guess it would be a motorboat, with Oliver playing the lute. It's kind of nice. In the morning, they borrowed a boat and enjoyed an excursion on the lake. And then they proceeded to beat the fucking ever-loving shit out of each other. Damn, lightning kick! Bam! Ha! Noon saw a pleasant lunch with no small bit of horseplay. You call that horseplay? They're like murdering each other, and they're calling it horseplay. I love how Oliver and Shara are drinking red wine, and Chloe and Tita are over there drinking like orange juice. Time passed quickly by the idyllic shores of the lake. That was so much fun. It was! Feels like we've been refreshed body and soul. It's been a while since I've had this much fun without drinking. Shara, minors in the room, influences, etc. And weren't you slamming back some kind of fruit liquor like a fiend while we were fishing? Yeah, you were. That was called red wine. Right? Yeah, I think I'll invoke royal prerogative to refrain from commenting. On a tangent from that, though, Estelle, you really were very good at fishing. You think so? Yeah, you are. You pulled them up one right after another. It's been her hobby since she was little. Speaking of, Kevin made quite a showing for himself, too. I noticed that. He really seems to like fishing. He definitely knows how to handle a rod and whatnot, that's for sure. Seriously, game? Kevin knows how to handle a rod. Okay. Yeah, okay. The sexual innuendo is thick here. Still, though, it's a lovely evening. Yeah, it is a nice evening. Huh. I wonder what it is. What is it? Nothing. I think I need to go enjoy that lovely evening for a bit. I'll be back for dinner. Don't be gone too late or I'll eat your portion too. Yeah, I know. See you guys later. And if you go back and you talk to them, they basically just say, you know, enjoy the sunset, or they talk about how good their tea is. So, yeah. Yeah, leave her alone, Tita. You're a pain in the ass. Leave her alone. Yeah, Estelle's thinking of the time that she spent here with Joshua in the first game. But we can go downstairs and we can talk to these people, and we can talk to the boys too, so we might as well. The finest liquor, the freshest food, indeed, is the picture of refinement. If I had a lovely lady pouring my drinks, I'd have no complaints at all. But oh, that could be saved for after dinner. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, you walking around again? You're like a perpetual motion machine, you know that? Yeah, I guess so. What are you doing? Just taking in the breeze, enjoying this as much as I can. Winding down, basically. That's why we came out here after all. Heck yeah, it is. You gotta relax sometime. It won't hurt to take one day off of work. Darn right. Hey, Estelle. Already feeling teed out? Not really. Shara's still relaxing in her room. I just wanted to get outside for a bit. Alright, well, try and get back before dark. Going fishing again? Well, don't get so absorbed in that you forget about dinner. Yeah, Zane, you're incredibly boring. But anyway, head over here, because if you remember the last game, Estelle and Joshua had a moment out here on the dock. What a pretty sunset. It's just like that time. The sky, the sunset, the water, it's all just like before. Everyone's having fun, but it's not really the same at all, is it? I'm hopeless, aren't I? I made up my mind to chase after him at my own pace, but Mom and Joshua must be laughing at me. That's right. I did play it once during the dream. I wonder if I can do it again. She does okay. Such a sad song. I like it though. It's a nice little overarching theme for the Legend of Heroes series. At least the Trails in the Sky series, I really should say, because the Legend of Heroes series has a whole bunch of different trilogies and duologies and things inside of it. Is that the right word for two games together, a duology? I don't know. Kevin? I came by because I was curious who was belting out the melodies. Gotta admit, I didn't think that it would be you. So I guess you do have hobbies other than sneakers and fishing, huh? Harmonica's playing's kind of out of character for me, huh? Not hardly, it suits you. Gotta be honest, I think you're better at fishing, but you could just come out and tell me I'm bad. Even I don't think I'm really good at this. You made a couple technical mistakes, sure, but what matters is music is the heart. And that little performance of yours carried your heart, trust me. Thanks. Mind if I get a little closer? Oh, sure. Go ahead. Got a question I'd like to ask you. Estelle, what are you going to say when you meet this boyfriend of yours? From what I've gathered, he's left under what we might call, circumstances. Heavy ones. Even if you finally catch up to him, have you thought about what you're going to say to him after all this? I'd convinced myself that I was going to drag him back even if I had to pull him by the hair. But I don't think I can really do something that forceful or crazy. To be completely honest, I don't know if what I have to say will even reach Joshua. And knowing all that, you're still set on finding him? Yeah. I've thought a lot about Joshua's situation and my own failings. No matter how hard I try, though, the words to deal with it don't come to me when I just sit around. So, I'll just let the words come when I finally meet him. After all, my feelings aren't mine alone, right? There's something that grew between Joshua and I when we were together. So I think I'll only really be able to find those words once I see him again. Once we meet, our hearts will do the talking. That's why I refuse to worry about that until I find him. I mean, sometimes I get a little sentimental, sure, but let's just call that a lady's privilege. Oh man, that didn't go according to the steps at all. Step 1, Estelle's all sentimental and down. Step 2, Estelle worries over a comment from me. Step 3, I follow up nicely. Step 4, Estelle starts feeling better and her opinion of me rising sharply because of it. See? Profit! That was the brilliant plan I was aiming for, but somehow you skipped steps 2 and 3 and thus 4, I think. Sorry. You're still a good priest, Kevin. You do pay attention to people with worries like me. Well, it's true that's part of a priest's job. I gotta admit I was paying attention to you for reasons more than personal, Estelle. What are you... Hold that thought. What is it? Not sure. Looks like a boat's approaching, and I think someone's inside of it. Huh. Who could it possibly be? Whoa! Holy crap, it's Kurt! Wonder what's wrong with him? We haven't seen him in ages. That was the guy at the very beginning of the game, the prologue. I patched him up as best I can, but his wounds are pretty serious. He'll have to stay bedbound for a while. Poor Kurt. I never thought I'd see the day where Kurt gets thrashed like this. The hell happened? Kurt and his team were really close to finding the Society's base from what Lugren told us, which means Unlace, Incarnate, and Grant should have been... Oh no! This is bad. I called Lugren on the inn's phone. He's contacting the other branches in the Royal Army now. But if things are gone wrong, Unlace and the others... We know, don't panic. We need to get out there and do what we can. Problem is, where the hell did Kurt's boat float in from? It is curious. Valeria Lake has no islands or reefs, correct? That's right, it's tremendously deep, so it must have floated in from another shore. It could be very hard to divine precisely which shore, though. Yeah, the lake's huge. I guess we could ask the Army patrol ships to help too, but... Kurt? This is Estelle and Agate, everyone. This is the Kingfisher Inn on Lakeshore in Bose. You drifted here on the waves, you tough old goat. The Kingfisher, I see. I remember my teammates and I infiltrated the Society's base, and then Kurt? Don't tell me. Damn it all! To have my memory stolen not once but twice! I knew it. The Society's intruded upon your mind once again. Zane, please, use your chi on me as you did last time. Otherwise, everybody else will... Last time was a desperate improvisation. It won't be able to restore memories locked away by hypnosis. Besides, with your injuries, we can't risk it. In that case, let me try something. And you are? Kevin Graham, Grail Knight of the Church. Think Onlace might have told you about me. Hang on a second, Kevin. Can you undo hypnosis? Well, don't know what I could do about any nasty stuff that's wormed its way into the subconscious, but I think I could manage a little something if it's just some kind of block in a short-term memory. Doesn't seem like it's been that long since he was hit, so this is an example of through mattergy? I don't know. The secret arts of the church? Sounds like occlumency if you ask me, but that's just my Harry Potter talking. You might call it that. This, might feel like your head's getting kicked in by a mule repeatedly. I'm guessing you don't care much, though. Not at all. Please, do what you can. Alright. In the name of she who dwells above, do I hold this consecrated septium. Wow. Silver reflection of the consciousness will, black luminance of time's flow. By your opposing natures, I divest this mortal man of the ties which bind his mind. Kurt, are you okay? Yeah, so much is returning, as though a mist is clearing from my mind. Just let the fog clear and remain calm and relaxed. Whatever you do, don't try to look into the darkness that lies beyond. I understand. I see that's what you meant when you warned me this would be unpleasant. That's my ego, isn't it? You can tell? I'm surprised. I'm proficient in meditation, remember? I'm fine. I think I remember enough now. An impressive technique. You really are more than just a skirt-chasing priest. Well done. Come on, don't inflate my ego too much here. I mean, sure, but not too much. Anyhow, Kurt, what do you remember exactly? Well, the Society has a base on the northwestern shore of the lake. They've built some kind of research facility in secret. When did they... The northwestern parts of the lakeshore are sparsely populated at best. Even so, guard airships do patrol over the area. The facility's cleverly hidden. They project a dummy image into the sky to prevent aerial scouting. What? Well, that's an impressive feat. It's theoretically possible, but how would you... And if you approach by land, a deep fog springs up around you as you draw near. Sounds just like relent. We broke through the fog and entered the facility, but then we were ambushed by a team of people calling themselves enforcers. They caught us completely off guard and crushed us almost immediately. I lost consciousness not long after reaching the boat. Damn my cowardice, abandoning Grant and Carner and Onlace like that. Don't worry about it, okay? We're going to save Onlace and the rest. And don't worry, Kurt. You told us everything we need to know and kicked some fools around. Yeah, on top of that, I suspect we'll have some help from the Royal Army. Leave the rest to us. Thank you. Forgive me. I leave it in your hands. Don't worry, he's just unconscious. Anyway, sounds like we don't have time to stand around. Right, we need to get going before the army does. Estelle, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but... I know, this is going to be the most dangerous thing we've ever done by a lot. But you know what? I was prepared to settle things with the Society one way or another. It just happened sooner than I thought. I think that was the shortest vacation in history. Nah, we got plenty of rest. Now it's time to gear up for the real fight. There's a problem. A small army of us going together would stand out too much. It'd be best to send a smaller group, I think. Good idea. Do you mind if I pick a team like I did back in the ruins? As you did beneath Grand Cell? I think that's for the best. I'll be happy to come along. Sure. Yeah, so everybody wants to, come along, blah blah blah. Thanks. Sorry to spoil the fun, but do you mind picking me first? From the sounds of it, Onlace and your friends are in the Society's claws. If they've been given the same treatment Kurt was, or worse, what do you guys do exactly? I see. Good idea. Yeah, good point. Looks like no matter what, Mr. Priest. Thank you. We should be thanking you, Kevin. Okay, let's pick the rest of the team. We got more party members with Kevin. And I will change around my party and we'll head on out to this fortress next time on Let's Play Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky 2nd Chapter. This has been David. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day.